Good morning, everyone. Today is Tuesday, May 28th, 2024. We're here for the regular session of the Hunt County Commissioners Court. This time, I will call this meeting to order. Excuse me. I got distracted on my phone. I'm sorry. My father-in-law is going into surgery. My wife's keeping me posted, so sorry for the confusion there. This time I'll call the meeting to order and ask Commissioner Martin to lead us in prayer, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance to our flags.
Shall we bow? Most gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for allowing us to come in, taking care of the communities. We thank you for everything you have given us. We thank you for the gift of life. May the Lord's will be done in all cases. In Christ's name we ask. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Thank you, everyone. We have Commissioner Hutchins, Monroe, Martin, and Harrison present. I'm Judge Stovall presiding over the meeting today. Commissioners, you have the minutes of May 14th, 2024 regular session. Entertain a motion for approval.
So move.
Second.
I got a motion and second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. At this time, we'll have public testimony. Speakers are limited to 3 minutes and should conduct themselves in a civil manner. The Commissioners Court cannot take action on items listed on the agenda in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act. Concerns will be addressed by county staff that may be placed on a future agenda or addressed by some other course of response. Is there anybody sign up? Anybody wish to speak today? No? Anybody online, Daniel?
My computer's around. Let me check my phone real quick.
Being none, I'll close the public testimony. We have no old business under new business. Commissioners, you have the consent calendar in front of you. Entertain a motion for approval.
So move.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Under action items, approval of accounts payable.
I make a motion, we pay the bills.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Approval of line item transfers.
Make a motion to approve line item transfers.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Approval of budget amendments.
Make a motion to approve budget amendments.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Approval of payroll and personnel.
Make a motion to approve payroll and personnel.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item 1, the Treasurer's Monthly Report for March and April 2024. Brittany's not here. Commissioners, you all had time to review it. Entertain a motion for approval.
So moved.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 2, Quarterly Report for Northeast Texas Children's Museum. Charlene.
Morning.
Morning.
The Children's Museum ended the year of 2023 with attendance of 47,000. These 47,000 people came from 318 different communities. And in the first quarter of 2024, we have had attendance of 14,344. And we hope to have 50,000 by the end of the year. During the first quarter, we offered preschool program called Sensory Kids, and this was sponsored by Caravide. Our big event was the Daddy-Daughter Dance. We had the largest attendance we've ever had, with 728 attending our Daddy-Daughter Dance. On Saturday, March the 23rd, we had our yearly Easter egg hunt. And as you can see, our attendance continues to increase, especially when we have that large number for our Daddy-Daughter Dance. So we have recently renovated an additional 3,100 square feet. And this was part of our bike area. We still have our large storage area, but we are very excited to have that extra space. It has no designated purpose at this time, other than when we need it for overflow. I know one day we had over 100 children coming to eat lunch. We have our birthday party rooms, but having this additional space to feed them in made it very nice. Now, beginning in the middle of April, we have had school groups every single day until the middle of May, which has made me a little late getting to visit with you because there was not a morning I could get away. Our school groups have come from a wide area. They have come from Anna, Melissa, Kemp, Paul Pewitt, and Hugo, Oklahoma. However, even with the months, I know some people think, well, Children's Museum, large attendance, school groups. But I did looked at our numbers, and even the month of April, which we won't discuss the attendance today, although it was 5,000, but 62% of our total group of visitors were the school group. So we still have a large number of other visitors. Some of these are parents who come with their children. We have had, ever since COVID, we have had an extremely large number of parents that come. And what is good about that is that they go around and take pictures of everything their child is doing at the Children's Museum. They take a lot of pictures of our exhibits, and they post that on their Facebook pages. And this gets the word of the Children's Museum around to all of their friends, as well as what we post. The parents have also fill up with gas, and they get a snack before they head back and leave Hunt County. And some of them may need to take a Advil or Tylenol before they leave town. We have recently had our largest single donation from a relative of Greenville, and that is Jeanette Moser. And she has donated and will name our new room as a memory to her niece, Terry Taylor. So our new area will be called the Terry Taylor Room, and we also are in the process of another new exhibit being sponsored by Ralph and Janice Stroop, and this is, of course, a beehive. But it's blocks that the kids will be able to tear the beehive down and put it back together. And our new interactive sports wall called Multiball continues to be very popular. To be in our multi-ball room, we open it twice a day. It is an add-on, so it's an additional $2 because we did not leave it unstaffed. I have to have a staff member in there just to make sure it all goes like it's supposed to. But this is something that children and adults have a lot of fun doing. So you will certainly be notified. We will have 2 dedications coming up pretty quickly. One will be for our Taylor Room, Terry Taylor Room, recognizing Jeanette Moser and the family of Terry Taylor at this time. And then we also will have the dedication of our Stroop's Beehive. You will receive notification of these, and I hope you will be able to come and see all the new things the Children's Museum has added.
Thank you, Charlene.
Thank you.
Any questions?
Yeah. Did they let you dance?
No, I didn't try. You're a little short for me.
As always, Charlene, we appreciate what you guys do, not just for Hunt County, but all surrounding and the whole area. And I still believe Philip needs to come over and play that game one time.
Yes, y'all do. It's a lot of fun. You can throw balls and get rid of the bad fish or make a bomb blow up.
Make a bomb.
Thank you.
Thank you. Entertain a motion for approval of this report.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 3, a presentation on Help a Child. Wade? Commissioner Bartley.
Thank you, Judge Stovall, Commissioners. I'm Wade Bartley with the Help a Child Benefit, and I have with me today Mr. Chip Nicholson, Mr. Harry Clark, and Mr. James Troublefell. They're representing some Masonic lodges of Hunt County. We're here today to let y'all know how we plan to expand our presence in Hunt County of the Help a Child benefit. And I know many of you don't know much about the Help a Child benefit, but if I may approach the court, I've got some information I'd like to hand each one.
Yes.
Thanks, Wade.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
The Help a Child benefit started, but we're on our 17th year. And it basically started with some friends and on our private property, we started this. And then we started needing some more help because it grew. So we invited some Masonic lodges in Hopkins County, Range County, Franklin County to come take a part. 3 years ago, 3 of the Masonic lodges in Hunt County joined the efforts of the Help a Child benefit. And as you can see on the brochure there, a lot of our funds goes to the Texas Scottish Rite Hospital, the Northeast Texas Child Advocacy Center, and then other children that we feel there's a need for, such as foster families, and that need we plan to expand this year. And that process that the lodges take part of is a scholarship program. Each lodge can apply to Grand Lodge for matching funds, and so the lodges that participate in the Help a Child benefit, we donate $1,500 to each lodge. Each lodge can thereby double that money and turn it into scholarship funds, which goes back to their communities, such as Wolf City, Commerce, Greenville, Caddo Mills. That's increasing our presence in Hunt County, and we have 2 or 3 more lodges that's thinking about joining us also. With that, 2 or 3 maybe scholarships in each lodge to graduating seniors, and then doubling that money is going to help more children in our area here. But we also plan to make donations. Our executive board decided this year that we would donate money to CASA of Hunt County. And that number will be determined on how much revenue that we will garnish this year through the different activities that we hold. And you'll see on that brochure some of the different things that we do, such as raffle ticket sales, chili and brisket cook-off, ag mechanics build-off competition, a calf show, auctions, and just different ways during the year that will culminate this in October. Then we are a 501c3. At the end of the year, we disperse all funds except just enough to keep an account open and active during the year. So I've tried to contact Ms. Cope at the CASA Center here. She doesn't know this yet unless she's heard it through the grapevine. But I plan to go to her office this afternoon after we get through here to hopefully visit with her. I know she's had a busy weekend. And to let her know that this is going to be on our books. And so the more money we generate, that'll make more money available to CASA and the scholarships. So I don't know if y'all see, if you got any questions there that you see on that brochure. You know, our goal is to help support organizations that help care for children who's had tragic events in their life they have no control. It could be a birth defect, but it could be child abuse, it could be neglect, it could be anything that CASA has to deal with on a daily basis. You know, I was reading on CASA's website that Hunt County CASA at any given day could have 200 children in their system. That's terrible. So we hope to help them be able to supply better services, and we're also going to donate to Lake Country CASA. We donate to the Northeast Texas Child Advocacy Center that's located in Winsboro, which covers 8 counties. So with that in mind, I bring this before the court so that we can make a better presence in Hunt County, because we'll probably be knocking some doors and making some contacts with some local people, local corporate businesses that would like to help support this. We have a donors program there that the Scottish Rite Hospital helped us devise. And so if anyone's interested, they can contact me or any of the men at these Masonic lodges that's going to be involved here in Hunt County. So with that said, if anybody's got any questions, I'll be glad to answer them.
Have you contacted Trestle Board, Shiloh, and Lone Oak area? Trestle Board,
What's the
Quincy?
board in Lone Oak?
Yes,
I think they have been contacted. Brother Clark?
good, thank you.
Yes.
Do you plan any fundraisers in Hunt County to go along with these?
One event we'll be bringing our raffle item to Hunt County, which we did last year. We set up in Commerce, and our raffle item is a pretty big raffle item. Last year and this year will probably be the same thing. We had I think it was a 900 Kubota diesel side-by-side and a custom-built trailer that's built by the Como-Picton FFA each year. Kubota dealerships in Sulphur Springs, Pittsburgh, Alba, and Paris helped get us a good deal with the side-by-side. The Como-Picton FFA chapter, we supply the materials and they build the trailer for us. And so last year we sold $57,000 worth of raffle tickets. If we could expand that, and we'll be bringing it with more lodges participating, we'll be bringing that to Hunt County in different functions and things like that, selling raffle tickets. And of course, the main event will be on the third Saturday of October. And that's the day we have the chili cook-off and brisket cook-off, the calf show, which we've already got, we've held it 2 years now. We've had about 100 entries. And this is going on during the time of State Fair. So I think we're doing a pretty good job there. And then the day before, we have an Ag Mechanics build-off competition, which is in its third year. And we had 36 different schools represented in that competition from the Northeast Texas area. We have a corporate sponsor, Prefert, in Mount Pleasant, who's come on board to help us with that. So the more sponsors we get, the less money we have to pay for things. So the side-by-side, we have one corporate sponsor, the Falk Company out of Fort Worth. They donated $10,000 already this year to go toward the purchase of that side-by-side. So the more money we can get out there and get corporate sponsors, the less expenses we have. And last year, we raised a total of about $154,000, and we had about $14,000 or $15,000 in expenses. So we were able to donate $130-some-odd-thousand.
We appreciate you working with CASA. We hope that goes good.
Well, I think it will, and I know it's going to be helping children, and that's what we're all about. We as Masons are a charity organization primarily for children, so we like for everyone to know that.
Well, it's a good cause. These kids, I heard recently that our child advocacy's already seen more kids this year than they saw all of last year. And that's not good. That's bad. It's horrible.
That's what we hear out of
It's,
NetCAC in Winsboro. It's terrible to say it's growing like it is.
it's growing.
You know, they've outgrown the facilities they have. They need to buy land to expand, and it's almost prohibitive.
Yep.
So that's sad to say. Sad to say.
Thank y'all for what you're trying to do.
Thank y'all for allowing us to come before y'all today.
You bet.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming.
Commissioners, y'all want to take this under advisement and look at it and see what we might can do, or at least put it in next year's budget? Make some comments. Is that all right? Everybody okay with that? Okay. All right. Let's move on to action item number 4. Consider and approve prepayment reimbursement agreement between Garney Construction and Hunt County for the already incurred and anticipated future damages to county roads in Precinct 4 resulting from the construction of a water pipeline through the portion, that portion of the county. Daniel, you'll...
That's gonna, need to move to old business.
Okay. All right. Action item 5, resolution of the Hunt County Commissioners Court supporting state funding for NETEX track and bridge rehabilitation. Mark, you want to brief us?
Sure. Greg, welcome.
Our Greg's here. Greg's on the board. Thank you for being here, Greg.
Yeah, well, let me pull it up. Well, I think the court knows, but for those of the public who don't know, the NETEX Railroad used to be an old railroad right-of-way that that TxDOT stepped in to ensure that it was saved and preserved. some number of years ago, I believe back in 2001 or sometime. And so out of those efforts by TxDOT, the NETEX board was formed to govern that rail. And all that board consists of 2 members of each of the 6 counties, from each of the 6 counties that the rail runs through. So I'm honored to serve on the board along with Greg Sims. And there's been a lot of challenges for that railroad. It's gone through some tough times. And this resolution today is simply to urge the state to fund an already existing line item in the TxDOT budget for short line rail improvements and construction. And is an option that the state has had for some number of years and just has chosen not to do. So we'd like to urge the state to make an investment in that rail. And it's a pretty important project for Hunt County and Hopkins County and others on the line, Titus, Franklin, Delta. It also runs into Collin County, but the right-of-way only. Because of its impact on local economies, it services businesses and commerce in Greenville here in Hunt County. It has potential to serve a lot more businesses. It keeps a lot of freight off the roads, helps preserve our roads. Every car that is moved by rail is equivalent to about 4.5 18-wheelers that would take to move that on the highways. So there's a number of reasons that this would be a really wise investment by the state and also really good for Hunt County. And so we'd like to submit this resolution to them to urge them. And
Greg, you got any comments?
Yeah.
Sure, come on up.
Also recognize Wade, he was on our board too,
Yeah.
back there in the day. Yes, I just want to briefly just give you a little bit of background. Mark covered it absolutely, what the need is here. And the state set these rural rail districts up. There's about 18 or 19 of them across the state years ago, back in the 90s. And the railroads were, they were consolidating and they were picking up, y'all know this, the history had been here a long time. They were picking up the rail and we were losing our railroads, especially short line operators, which this is a short line and it's not a main line. But it does have connections and with the UP, which is the big railroad, it also can interconnect with the KCS railroad in Greenville. But currently today, we have quite a few corporate customers that depend on the railroad in Greenville, specifically Masonite, A.B. Maury. We have FSTI depend on the railroad. This specific railroad to get freight, the freight has to come 65 miles across. It has to come in at the UP yard in Winfield and then 65 miles clear across pretty much the state to get deliveries. So that's just how railroads are. It's how it's set up. But we have our nonprofit board is set up to contract with short line operators to operate the short freight because the big UP lines, KCS, the big railroads don't want the short line business. They won't do it. They just want to drop off cars, talking like a few hundred a month, and then have a short line guy ship those to our current local employers and our farming community. Our farming communities and all these counties that this railroad served really depend on this railroad to get chemicals for their crops, to get their crops out when they harvest. So it is a huge economic generator. Now, when the state set this up back in the 90s, the rural rail districts, it was designed to create economic development, to create jobs, to save jobs, to serve the farmers, to serve our community here locally, and also the beneficiaries are, hopefully keeping trucks off the road, which beats up our county roads. It beats up our, our state highways, our farm-to-market roads. So anytime we can get freight in that's heavy freight, basically about 6 semi-trailers can fit in one rail car. So you're really doing a big job of taking one rail car is taking basically 6 semis off the road. So also the state, when they set up the rural rail districts, they set them up for local entities like NETEX could form a nonprofit to essentially operate on the railroad, but they did not provide an opportunity for any type of taxation. There's no road and bridge tax. There's nothing there's no revenue other than the revenue that a rail produces that the railroad company can, excuse me, not company, the railroad nonprofit organization can put into infrastructure. Our infrastructure is very old, I mean, very old. And it's had, I would say light revenue as compared to a UP line that's running rail across the country, like coal or oil or chemicals from the south running up, up from New Orleans. They collect a lot of revenue from a lot of companies. They can plow that money back into, and there's a lot of them UP, and that is a public company. They have public funds they can put into their infrastructure. We have no way to fund this railroad infrastructure, and it is we're in bad shape right now, because what happens is as the railroad does not get that infrastructure upgrades, you got to slow the rail down. You got to slow the trains down. So they can't run, like 40, 50 miles an hour that normally the trains run, as you see through KCS or UP. They have to lower it down to like 5 or 10 miles an hour. And then also another added feature for the NETEX line, there are 65 bridges between Greenville and Winfield out near Mount Pleasant. So those 65 bridges have to be maintained, as well as the timber and the ballast. The physical rail is in good shape. The metal pieces that the trains run on is in good shape. But all that other has to be maintained, and we appreciate your consideration for this that Mark has put up there, and our board has approved a resolution. The Greenville City Council will take this up tonight. Hopefully all the cities and counties along the rail will take it up. I want to give a shout out to Representative Jill Dutton, who did bring this forward to and sought to help us with getting this done right now. She's doing the work on this as well. Hopefully, the handoff will happen with our new state rep coming into the next legislative session. I'm sure it will. And then also, all the other state reps along the line, Jill tells us they're all in support, Judge, of this. So thank you all. Shut up. Thanks.
It's, TxDOT's the only funding mechanism for them, isn't it?
Yes.
TxDOT has,
Actually, yes, that's it right now. And, we badly need this, don't we, Mark?
and they have rail funds available.
They have rail funds available.
Yeah.
So,
How much have they paid?
They-
How much have they put forth on this?
Nothing, except fund it when they bought it.
Yeah, nothing today. They loaned a $2 million pecuniary interest loan, not pecuniary interest, what do they call it? A $2 million purchase. They maintain an interest in the rail that goes from Greenville to Commerce. So they say if anything ever happens to the rail, they want their $2 million back. So kind of on loan.
The reason I'm asking this basically is we know that Texas Department of Transportation basically would back that, but also airstrips also.
Yes.
Am I correct?
Yes.
And that's what I was wondering if they have given in reference to it. That's why I was asking.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So.
They give it to our airport, but they haven't given anything to the rail.
Oh, no. And, that the state has.
They have. They fund a lot of things at the
Last
airport.
session, they had $32 billion in, pretty much reserves. We're just asking for, I think, 30 million, like 0.01% to put into our railroad. Hopefully, this may open the door for the other railroad districts because they're all in the same shape. And it's not doing anybody any good that we continue to let infrastructure deteriorate. I mean, this is for the citizens of Texas that these rails were saved for and continue to operate for economic development. Thank you.
Thank you, Greg. Mark, you got anything to add, or?
Only that the importance of this line will only increase as we have a population increase and businesses looking to come in. So it's important that we urge the state to do something soon.
All right, entertain a motion for approval.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Action item number 6, resolution approving interlocal cooperative contract with Texas Department of Public Safety for Hunt County Justice Court's use of DPS failure to appear program. Daniel?
All right, this is related to an interlocal cooperation contract with DPS. Judge Sheila Linden is here today. She originally received this from DPS and can answer any questions should you have them as far as how this program works with the courts. But this is for the FTA program, the Failure to Appear program. This agreement needs to be in place because the way that works through DPS is sort of like a split of the fee. So if the county approves this, it would basically list out all 5 of the JP courts. I called DPS because the letter's not super clear and the way that the ICC is set up is not super clear. But I talked to the manager of this department at DPS, and they told me how to bring it to court, get it approved, and then send it back with the 5 courts listed so that all 5 JP courts can use this. If we approve it, it'll work the exact same way that it has been for the past many years, which is that there's a $10 fine that's assessed or a fee that's assessed for an FTA charge. $6 of that goes to the state, and then $4 goes to the general fund of the county. If you approve this, basically, the only thing that's going to happen is that we're going to continue to move forward using this very important tool. The reason it's important is because it allows the courts to put holds on licenses when people don't appear in court. Which, trust me, I've been prosecuting these cases for 18 years, and people not showing up to court is the biggest problem. And they always come when they get pulled over and then they get arrested because they are driving without a license. Then they come back. And so the only way to make sure that happens is by continuing this program. Basically, if you approve this, it would apply to all JPs and just continue the way that it has been. You wanted to talk about any of that? Okay. So there's nothing surprising in here or different from what we've already been doing.
All right, thank you. Any questions? None, I entertain a motion for approval.
So move.
Second.
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 7. Daniel, I'm going to table this for future. We need to talk about this some more. Action item number 8, the adoption of an order with respect to Republic Services, Inc. project and authorizing the county judge to execute certificates approving the order.
All right. So this is for Republic Services. Obviously, you know that they have a one of their landfills is here in the county. They're issuing $50 million in bonds for improvements at their various landfills in the state. In order for those bonds to be tax-free, they have to get basically approval from the county that they're in. That's what they're here for today, is to try to get an order from the county. It would give the county no liability whatsoever. We've done this many, many times in the past. The last one of these was about 4 years ago for Republic, during right around the time of COVID. There's no liability. It just allows them to get cheaper bonds. If they have cheaper bonds, they can bring in more money to those projects. I'm not sure corporately if that's exactly what happens, but there's...
I think Lee's back there.
Yeah, Lee, I'm going to have Lee come up and talk. But as far as, there's no downside to the county in approving these.
All right.
And Lee McCormick would you like to come up and talk?
Commissioner, Judge, I'm actually John Stokers.
How are you? Okay.
Got the second team today. Sorry, Lee is at another hearing, but
Well, you're the one I didn't recognize out there, so I figured that's who you were.
as was said, it's a pretty normal request, but no risk, no liability to the county, but something that's required by the federal code. So happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Any questions? We're good. Thank you for coming today. Commissioners, entertain a motion for approval.
So move.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 9, formal proposal number 252-24 for administrative professional service. Discuss, consider, and select GrantWorks, Inc. to complete project implementation for the American Rescue Plan Act funding administered by the U.S. Department of Treasury and other federal or state agencies. Daniel, you got any comments on this one?
I don't really have any comments other than I believe that you all got in your packs the responses and then the grading that happened on those responses.
And there was no other admission.
Yeah.
And nobody else proposed anything.
Okay, so there's no grading, I guess.
There was, well, we had to grade it anyway.
We had to do it.
We had to grade it anyway, but it was only for the one request.
This would be to replace our current ARPA advisor with GrantWorks, which I believe is many times more appropriate for that position.
Yeah. Commissioner, I assume you all saw, I've got numerous emails or comments on listserv for the last few weeks for whatever reason bragging on GrantWorks. So many of our fellow counties use them and are very pleased with them. So I'd entertain a motion to approve item number 9.
So move.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 10, rate increase for substitute court reporters from $400 a day to $450 a day plus per day mileage. Mileage will be consistent with the Hunt County mileage rate agreed upon by both the 196th, 354th District judges and County Court at Law 1 and 2 judges. See, Andy's not here. I think we've talked about many times, court reporters are hard to find, and they're getting more and more expensive every day, and excuse me, particularly outlying areas, they're having difficulties. So if you don't have any questions, I entertain a motion to approve item number 10.
So move.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Action number 11, paying the Hunt County Unemployment Reserve Fund deficit out of contingency expense of 10-611-2800-7600. I believe we get this every year when they do an audit on our unemployment fund, and we always have a little deficit, so I entertain a motion for approval of this expense.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Brittany, do you want to comment? We've already passed your line item. Okay. Action number 12, a proposal submitted by MTG to provide professional engineering services for the Hunt County parking lot improvements. Commissioners, this is the parking lot across the street that we asked MTG to give us a survey on last summer, I believe it was, and 6 or 8 months ago, and they have since completed it, and we've had several meetings with them, with myself and Facilities Director Chris Kilmer, and looked at, originally we were talking about getting that improved, for aesthetics coming in and welcoming people into downtown Greenville, and also to consider moving some of our parking that employees use that we're currently paying for over to that parking lot to save that lease money. In it, we've looked at several aspects of how to do it with as far as lighting, and since the lot that has covered parking might be one that we consider to transfer some people over to this parking lot, we looked at a way to cover it. We got a few concepts for that. So this proposal is to let MTG go ahead and do the engineering plans. They've done the survey work, all the topo work. They're going to do a paving plan. Part of the paving is going to have to be redone, rebuilt a little bit, and either resealed or re-overlaid most of the parking lot. Plus, we want to do some lighting that's a little better in that area. And the two big things are those two entrances. You can barely get a truck in and out of those entrances. So they'll be widened to normal width. So it'll make it a lot easier for the public as well as our employees to utilize that parking. So, with that, any questions?
Yeah, in reference to this, we're not planning on, to my knowledge, that's why I'm asking, to put an entrance off of the road here in front.
I don't think we can. I don't think TxDOT would let us, no.
Thank you.
Yeah. No, we're just planning on widening the two we got,
Yes.
because they're only about 12 foot wide or something. Mark, you want to come to the mic? You just can't get out of here without talking to us, can you?
You know, the older I get and the worse my knees get, have you guys ever considered putting a crosswalk or some way to get across that street? Well, because there's a lot of cars that come down that road. So have y'all ever thought about that?
We'll take it under your advisement.
We'll have to talk to the state in reference to that, maybe they will.
We can put a flashing light up for you, Mark. Any other questions? Not, I entertain a motion for approval.
So move.
Second.
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 13, a proposal submitted by MTG to provide professional engineering services for the Hunt County offices conversion of the previous Puddin Hill site. Commissioners, you know, they've done the survey work out there and all the topo work, and have already given us some kind of preliminary engineering analysis of it, but we're down into the design phase, so we need to engage them now to do the completed final engineering for the site, for the parking lot and the drainage and anything else that's associated that the architects need. So I entertain a motion for approval.
So move.
Second.
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Action number 14, Hunt County holiday schedule for the 25 year, I guess it is. No, it's just 25. We go for calendar year on this one. My bad. All right, Commissioners, we normally give 13 holidays. There's two proposals. One is just kind of generic with 2 days at Christmas, but Christmas is on a Wednesday and Thursday this year. The second sheet has a 3-day holiday, but neither of these has the President's Day off, which some years we get. I think we have 13 holidays on our personnel manual, I believe it's, Brittany, you know that answer? I think it's 13. Two on July 4th, okay. So I think both of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. So the first one that has just 2 for Christmas has 12. And then the second page has 13 that has the 4 days off. And July 4th this year falls on a Friday. So we'll just have that 1 day off for July 4th. Any comments or suggestions? Anybody got any other ideas?
Judge, I like the second option that has them off on Friday for Christmas as well. I hate to haul people back in for,
Well, they won't come back probably. There'll be a lot of people off that day.
I hate to be irritated they're not there. No, I'm kidding.
I don't disagree with you. If everybody, it's okay with you, if y'all want to think about it and reconsider it next time, we can move on.
I agree with Mark. I mean, ain't nobody gonna come in on that Friday anyway.
Yeah. So we're doing, so our schedule we're proposing is the one that has a 3-day holiday for Christmas on it.
Correct.
Correct.
All right, entertain a motion for approval of that.
So moved?
Second.
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. All right, action number 15, the request to do work within the county right-of-way along County Road 1074. We are looking to install a single-phase pole line the entire length to serve a new residence and barn at 2382 County Road 1074 in Precinct 1, under normal stipulations.
Make a motion to approve this?
Got a motion and a second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action number 16, request for permission to work within the county right-of-way along County Road 1094. We're looking to install a single-phase overhead distribution line approximately 2 foot inside the east and west right-of-way lines of County Road 1094 in Precinct 1 under normal stipulations.
Make a motion, we approve this request.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 17, the request for permission to do work within the county right-of-way along County Road 4502. Encore will be replacing a utility pole in Precinct 4 under normal stipulations.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Action number 18, the request for permission to do work within the county right-of-way along County Road 4506. Encore will be replacing a utility pole in Precinct 4 under normal stipulations.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action number 19, the request for permission to cut an across county road, Shoreline Drive to set a water tap in Precinct 1. Money is in escrow.
So move.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Widening of County Road 1037, 6 feet for approximately 352.06 feet from dirt to rock to oil sand in Precinct 1. Money is in escrow.
Make a motion, we approve this, and just for informational purposes, this is for a plat we approved at our last meeting, and they're just widening, it's just to widen the road.
Okay. Got a motion second. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Action number 21, upgrade of approximately 4,303.2 feet of County Road 1130 from rock to oil sand in Precinct 1 at county's expense.
Is it appropriate to add weather permitting to the motion? Weather permitting,
They might not ever get built.
weather permitting, make a motion, we approve this upgrade.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action number 22, the civil plans of Greenstead Estates in Precinct 1. Brian?
Okay, this is a subdivision that was proposed. The preliminary plat came through court several meetings ago and was approved. This is the one that they had to dedicate just a little bit more right-of-way along the county road. So these are the civil plans for the subdivision. They've been reviewed and redone and reviewed again, and they are up to county requirement currently. So,
Any questions? Entertain a motion for approval.
So moved?
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item 23, the final plat for Gardner Addition in Precinct 4. Brian?
all right. Fairly simple plat. She had to dedicate a whole lot of right-of-way since she's on a corner. I do have one request for the final plat. I don't have the final copy, but there's a platted subdivision on the south side of County Road 4502, and I'm going to have the surveyor show the entire dedicated right-of-way through there, just for informational purposes. But that'll be a short section where we have all the right-of-way. There's no easement left, so.
Good. Any questions? Entertain a motion for approval with the asserting or placing the additional right-of-way from the adjacent plat on the current plat to be recorded.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Action number 24, the final plat of the Cantrell Addition in Precinct 4.
Pretty simple one-lot plat. It's an odd-shaped lot, but that's what they wanted, so here we go.
All right, any questions? Entertain a motion for approval.
So move.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, guys.
Yes, sir. Anybody got anything else they'd like to come before the court with? Any? All right, being none, I'll entertain a motion to go into executive session under items 1 through 4.
Second.
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye. All opposed, motion carries. We'll go into executive session at 10:50.
The display is kind of messed up, but we are live. Oh, now it's-
I agree with
that's
what you
correct.
said. There we are.
Is that all right? Okay.
That's right.
All right, it's 11:32, we're back in regular session. Daniel, you want to brief us on?
Yeah, so in the last action item about taking action after executive session, Thursday before last, we had a mediation with CT Excavating. There was not a settlement reached at that mediation, but the mediator then sent out a mediator's proposal, which is what's in front of the court today. Basically, I got back to the mediator and said that the county would accept one of those proposals, which is basically settling all of the claims that the county has against CT for damages to the 3 roads and the infrastructure, in exchange for $90,000. If you accept that, it wouldn't come with dismissal of their claims against the county. Those would still be pending. But the $90,000 would go, quite some ways to paying for repairing those roads.
Okay, any questions? None, I entertain a motion that Hunt County Commissioners Court accept the proposed settlement with CT Excavating to accept $90,000 in exchange for the release of the county's claims against CT for damages to county roads 4510, 4511, 4512, and authorize Judge Stovall to sign and finalize any associated paperwork.
Make a motion to approve?
Second.
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Is there anything else before the court today? Daniel, got anything else?
No.
None, I entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Got a motion second, all in favor say aye. All opposed? Motion carries. We're adjourned at 11:34.